Gentlemen, to this show here, Week 10 edition, and you've got Columbia's finest Dean, who is 4-5, a disappointing, abysmal, losing 4 in a row, 4-5, against your division, Jockeys. He is 3-6, and
he's smoking hot.
Yeah,
he's smoking hot right now.
Not looking too bad. But anyway, here we go. Got some interesting matchups here because the quarterbacks are involved with other guys on the other side of the ball here.
Mm-hmm.
And so you've got Peyton Manning against New England and Drew Brees against St. Louis.
Yes.
Now, obviously looking at this, Brees has the better of the matchups, but when you look at Manning, would you give the edge to Manning here, or are you just going to give it to Brees? Because I'd be okay with giving it to Brees. I don't think I have too big of an issue there.
You know, Dougie, I would like to say I'm going to give it to Brees on the surface, but this game is not going to be close.
Yeah.
And Drew Brees could very well be pulling off the throttle by mid-third quarter, something like that, and then we could get into the Pierre Thomas, Mike Bell, Reggie Bush show with some handoffs, maybe a couple screens.
Yeah.
But the matchup alone screams Drew Brees.
So do you think in 3 quarters work he'll be able to do what Manning does in a full game's work against New England?
Possibly even a touch more.
Okay.
St. Louis is pretty bad.
Yeah, I look at this matchup and I think I would probably rank this week the quarterbacks, probably Brees, then Brady and Manning with a close second. It's just kind of the way it's going to go, I think, this year for these guys. But we'll be fighting back and forth. Anyway, you've got Benson against Pittsburgh and Joseph Adai against New England. Now, he has Forte on the bench. Forte has a better matchup, but do you trust Forte?
I do. You have to trust Forte. But I believe there could be a reason that Forte's on the bench.
Think a motivation factor?
I don't, Dougie. I think that, as my sources have told me secretly, as I cannot name them, but they've told me that Mr. Forte is on the block.
Wow.
I don't know the validity of it or who would even be involved in it. But a team that is already out of the playoffs, basically like Titletown, or maybe not LC, but maybe Chapman, the Soldiers. Their seasons are basically over. Maybe they would be involved in getting Mr. Forte.
Well, let me ask you this: is Chapman going to want Forte because he's got Adrian Peterson?
No, I just wanted to take another cheap shot at the Soldier.
Yeah, I cannot wait till next week when you come in here and your arm's in a sling and you've got an ACL tear, all from what he just lays a Hines Ward block on you blindside this weekend. So it'll be worth it. Anyway, on the other side, you got Pierre Thomas and Tim Hightower. Pierre Thomas against St. Louis, Hightower against Seattle. Seattle actually gives up some decent targets to running backs. So you can throw off of a screen, which is what they've been using Hightower for. So what do you think here?
I like both of those matchups. As I stated before with the Breeze, look for Pierre Thomas to be heavily involved in both the passing game and the let's hurry up and run the clock out. This game is boring me to death game.
Yep.
And I love the Hightower pickup that you made because as watching the Cardinals play, he doesn't just catch out of the backfield. He lines up as a receiver. They'll put him in motion. They'll throw him a screen, or they'll hand it off. He's very active in their all-around offensive attack.
Well, now in looking at it this week, I wouldn't have been able to use Steve Smith anyway because he was on the bye, and so I needed somebody else to be able to fill in there. So I thought it'd be worth it. Anyway, so on the running backs, who do you like better?
I'm going to give the edge to the Bainer.
Okay.
Slightly, but an edge nonetheless.
All right, you got Randy Moss, and he's got 2 rookies starting in his wide receiver spots with Percy Harvin, the newly acquired Percy Harvin, and Michael Crabtree, against some veterans here, Dwayne Bowe, Hines Ward, and Steve Breston. Now, I think the key to the Breston thing is if Bolden plays, that obviously hurts Breston's production.
Well, Dougie, I don't know. And the whole rookie thing with Harvin, I'd say he's not a rookie anymore.
Okay.
Once you play 8 NFL games, you're not a rookie anymore.
So Crabtree only playing 3.
He's definitely a rookie, and you've seen it. You've seen it with his play last week. You saw it, whatever the freak the right word is.
Did you go to Bob Jones?
I did.
Okay.
I did.
That's what I thought.
And I had to be in bed by 10.
Yeah.
I didn't have time to study.
Is this the time to bring up the Phantom Lager, or is that not a...
No.
I'm just saying.
No,
All right.
don't say.
Go ahead.
As you saw, it doesn't even feel right. As you saw with the Crabs, he was in and out of his routes, not coming back to the ball all the way, doing some rookie garbage. You don't see Harvin doing that anymore. But that could be hurtful for you.
Yeah.
Tough to say.
Wait and see, but Dwayne Bowe is probably going to have Mondi Ashimunga on him. Mm-hmm. But do you think he switches over to Chris Chambers to guard Chambers with the week he had last week?
Or John Long or Bill Long.
Howie Long?
Sam Long. Whatever that new guy was that got 16 targets from the Chefs.
Yeah.
Maybe he'll guard him.
Yeah. Well, anyway, Hines Ward has a pretty good matchup against Cincinnati. Rivalry game. So anyway, who do you give the wide receiver edge to?
It's a draw.
Okay.
The one thing that I do like about the Beaner is Percy Harvin against the Loins. With that lightning flash speed, it's a big, big wild card right there.
Okay. Tight ends. He's going to roll Dallas Clark instead of Asante Shanko against Detroit, which screams, let's play Shanko. But I think he's trying to probably eliminate some of Peyton Manning's points by giving it to Dwight Clark or Dallas Clark. Sorry.
They're the same guy.
Yeah.
I think that's a good play by Roper. I would have to look at it a little bit more to see what the Shank got last time. Last time that the Lions played the Shank. But I like the strategy of taking your tight end away.
Okay. Dolphins versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers or Vikings against Detroit. I think you like Detroit or the Vikings versus Detroit probably better.
Yes, I do.
Dolphins, if they're able to get some Ted Ginn runbacks, then who knows, but I wouldn't plan on it. So, needed a filler week, and that's what I picked. Anyway.
Well, what about the Freeman? I mean, is he legit, or are the Packers just really bad?
I think the Packers are really bad. They look terrible. I think that part of it was the fact that they were really distracted by the creamsicle uniforms.
Those were dynamite.
The Packers haven't seen those in a while, so I think it threw them off for just a little bit of a change. So anyway, who do you got in this matchup?
I'm going to take my boys from the Lombardi, and I'm going to go Jockey in what could be one of the closest games of the week with so many intertwined parts mixed together with each of these two teams. I'm going to take my reasoning is going to be with the Breeze.
Okay.
Against St. Louis, I look for a couple deep bombs to the Colston, to the Henderson. I like the Lombardi and the Jockeys to win their 13th game in a row.
I am going to go with the Jockeys as well. I need this game badly, and I would rather be wrong in this prediction and win the game.
So your Sunday doesn't completely
So my Sunday isn't completely blown.
Minus church.
Which could happen. So, anyway, that's it for this matchup. Both of us are picking the Jockeys. We'll be right back with our next matchup.